Good morning. I hope the mic works today. I did a test. I have a different mic. It's Atmadarshan or Laura. For this, our fifth day of the year-long Gita Sadhana. And yesterday, if you tuned in, you noticed there wasn't any sound. And this was great because it gave me the theme for today. So the overall theme is samatvam, equanimity. And one of the big things that the Bhagavad Gita says we need to be equanimous in, or the same in, especially to ourselves, is success and failure. So, for example, yesterday I had this great speech prepared, and I had my hat, and I had the mudra, and then the sound didn't work. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist, as some of you know, so I felt like a failure. And then it was like, man, immediately, why am I doing this? Am I going to even succeed at it? What if I don't succeed? What if the mic's broken forever? Or what if, I can't do it one day? What's going to happen? And I realized this is exactly what the Gita is talking about. And it's good for all of us to remember. Ideally, whether we perceive we're succeeding or failing, we treat ourselves the same, with kindness, with empathy. And ultimately, we need to learn how to extend that to others. People we feel are succeeding, people we feel are failing. Can we be equally polite, respectful, and loving to them? There's a huge example of this in the Gita itself and in its source material, the Mahabharata. Arjuna is a warrior and a prince, and Krishna is his best friend, and he represents the divine or the soul. And for part of his life, Arjuna is the wealthy prince living in his palace, having all the sumptuous luxuries. And for part of his life, he's an exile, wandering around the forests. And you know what? Krishna is still his best friend through all that. It doesn't matter to Krishna if Arjuna's rich or poor, if he's in shame or glory. Krishna is always there for him. So what I invite you to do today as we go through this practice is to really notice if you can be kind to yourself, or the way you want to be toward yourself or others, whether you feel you're doing a practice well or not. And when we do the meditation, whatever your concept of the divine is, could be Christ, it could be Buddha, it could be Krishna, it could be Allah, it could be just something bigger than yourself if you're not attracted to divinity, such as truth or string theory. Feel the strings vibrating in you, subatomic physics, or anything. Notice when you're doing your meditation, if you can feel that presence, that spark of the divine with you, no matter what. Okay. We'll get started. First, the almanac, though, almost forgot. It is currently here in Cleveland 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 10 degrees Celsius. And this is over 20 degrees Fahrenheit or 9 degrees Celsius warmer than it usually is. So part of me wants to go, thanks, God, because it's nice and warm. And part of me is looking forward to the cold and the snow, which we'll probably see within the week. All right. We'll start with our round of one-footed prayer pose or tree, whatever you call it. And I'll be practicing today on nature's yoga mat. Once I step away from this mic, you won't hear me or the bird song, unfortunately, but please do join. and release. And come into position for your meditation. It will be about 5 minutes, feeling that the divine is with you no matter what. Come back to the world around you. If you saw me doing a mudra during the one-footed prayer, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Today's practice is dedicated to Joyce B, who is, as she says, struggling with cancer at this time. May you know the divine is with you. And just as a side note, I've got a divine friend who is with me every day. Oliver, the yoga cat, has been watching me throughout these. So thank you. He'll get his own practice dedicated one day. And I think I'll start putting some of the details in the descriptions. So great to see you today. Hope to see you tomorrow. Be well.